Hello everyone. Today I would like to share some tips for fully enjoying spring in Tokyo while sitting comfortably on this sofa. In this video, I will talk about the 2025 cherry blossom forecast, must-see spots, springtime-only dishes and sweets, how to deal with hay fever, and ways to avoid the crowds in Tokyo, which has become increasingly busy with tourists. At the end, I will also touch on the appeal of taking a short trip to Yokohama or exploring the city's old downtown areas, highlighting the unique experiences you can have there. I hope this video helps you gain a deeper appreciation for Tokyo in spring. Let us begin. First, let us talk about Tokyo's 2025 cherry blossom forecast. According to predictions from organizations such as the Japan Meteorological Agency, this year's blossoms are expected to start slightly earlier than usual, beginning around late March. Some say they will likely progress rapidly between around March 25 and March 28. Full bloom is forecast to occur from the end of March to early April, and the roughly 1 week period after the flowers open is said to be when the petals appear most beautiful. Of course, weather conditions can cause earlier blooms or sudden petal loss due to rain or strong winds, so it is wise to keep an eye on the latest forecasts and adjust your itinerary accordingly. When the cherry trees are in bloom, the famous spots in Tokyo are all covered in a splendid pink hue. Ueno Park is a well-known destination for flower viewing and is bustling day and night with visitors who come to enjoy the blossoms, especially during the evening illuminations. Shinjuku Gyoen has expansive grounds with numerous varieties of cherry trees, each blooming at slightly different times, meaning you can enjoy the blossoms for an extended period. Chidorigafuchi, located along the moat near the Imperial Palace, offers a striking row of cherry trees whose petals create an almost painterly scene as they drift on the water's surface, and the area is lit up at night to produce a dreamlike ambiance. Meguro River is another noteworthy location, famous for rows of cherry trees lining both sides of the water, creating a tunnel of pink when they are in full bloom. The lanterns and lights that illuminate the area in the evening make it a popular photo spot for both locals and visitors. Next, when strolling under cherry blossom trees, you may find yourself getting hungry or craving something sweet. In Japan, countless seasonal confections and desserts themed around cherry blossoms appear in spring. For instance, strawberry daifuku features a large strawberry and sweet bean paste wrapped in soft mochi, creating an exquisite balance of sweet and tart flavors in each bite. Another treat you should not miss is Sakura mochi. Wrapped in a pickled cherry leaf, it has a gentle saltiness that perfectly complements the mild sweetness of the pink mochi or crepe-like exterior. During Hinamatsuri, you will see hina arare and 3-colored rice dumplings at shops, adding bright color to the season. Both Japanese and Western-style cafes release spring specials, such as limited edition sweets and beverages that incorporate elements of cherry blossoms or matcha. Department store food halls and convenience stores also sell hanami bento, allowing you to enjoy a proper flower viewing picnic with items like rice balls, egg rolls, and light tempura arranged to celebrate the colors of spring. Along with the beauty and excitement of Tokyo's spring comes a formidable foe: pollen allergies. In Japan, pollen allergies are mainly caused by cedar and cypress, and high volumes of pollen can circulate even in large cities. From March to April, the pollen count often rises significantly, and even short-term visitors may experience symptoms. One of the simplest measures is wearing a mask, which is easy to find in Japan and commonly worn by many people, so there is no need to feel self-conscious. If your eyes are irritated, wearing glasses or sunglasses can help. It is also useful to brush off any pollen that has adhered to your clothing when you return to your hotel, and to use an air purifier to keep the room's air clean. Japanese drugstores sell a variety of items for dealing with pollen allergies, including over-the-counter medications, nasal sprays, and eye drops, so feel free to ask a pharmacist if symptoms become troublesome. Next, let us discuss the current situation in Tokyo, where the number of tourists continues to rise, and how to avoid crowds in the midst of it all. Recent years have seen a surge in inbound tourism, frequently reported in the news, as travelers from abroad have returned in large numbers following the pandemic. Many of these visitors come to enjoy cherry blossom season, which can lead to exceptionally crowded conditions at well-known spots like Ueno Park, Sensoji Temple in Asakusa, and Shinjuku. Long lines for photos, restaurants, or souvenir shops are not uncommon. To minimize the inconvenience of crowds, you might plan to visit on weekdays or go early in the morning or late in the evening. For example, Sensoji Temple is still relatively quiet in the early hours, allowing you to walk around Kaminarimon Gate and the Nakami's shopping street at a more relaxed pace. Many attractions and observation decks operated by major chains also offer advanced online reservation or ticket purchase systems, which you can use to shorten your time spent in line. If you find the congestion of central Tokyo exhausting, consider venturing out to Yokohama or the old downtown areas. Yokohama is roughly 30 minutes south of Tokyo by train, centered around the Minato Mirai district, which offers a unique atmosphere blending seaside views and historical buildings. Must-see spots include the Red Brick Warehouse and Chinatown, and a leisurely stroll along the waterfront can help you momentarily escape the hustle and bustle of the city. The port scenery here offers a sense of openness that contrasts with Tokyo's skyscrapers. Chinatown is lively as well, featuring everything from steamed buns and soup dumplings to Yokohama-specific delicacies. Old downtown areas, often called Shidamachi, also have their appeal. Asakusa may be crowded with tourists, but once you pass through Nakami's and wander into the back streets, you will find old-fashioned shops and tiny coffee houses reminiscent of the Showa era. The nearby Yanaka, Nezu, and Sendagi neighborhoods are dotted with traditional houses, temples, and shrines, making for a pleasant stroll through a slower pace of life. Experiencing this nostalgic cityscape can offer a welcome break from the more modern parts of Tokyo, and discovering long-standing local sweet shops or simple Western-style eateries is part of the charm. If you have extra time, consider going beyond Tokyo's central wards for a mini-trip. For instance, Okutama or Mt.takao can be reached by train, providing opportunities to hike amid verdant scenery away from the clamor of the city. Spring in the mountains brings budding trees and blossoms other than cherry, as well as vibrant new greenery. Mt.takao is famous for its manageable hiking trails, and a cable car can take you close to the summit if you are not confident in your fitness level. Since it is about an hour from central Tokyo, it is an appealing option for a day trip. The Tokyo suburbs also boast parks and nature spots, such as Showa-Kinen Park and Inokashira Park, where a succession of different flowers bloom throughout spring. Even after the cherry blossoms fall, canola flowers and tulips begin to blossom, extending the season's enjoyment. So far, I have covered how to appreciate Tokyo's cherry blossoms in 2025, recommended springtime-only foods, explained how to deal with pollen allergies, and provided ideas for avoiding crowds, as well as for exploring Yokohama and the city's old neighborhoods and outskirts. Tokyo is a vast metropolis with countless faces, and there is no shortage of places to discover. In particular, the spring cherry blossoms and seasonal desserts are special attractions that can only be enjoyed during this time of year. Although crowds and hay fever pose challenges, preparing in advance should allow you to have a wonderful experience of spring in Tokyo. When planning your trip, consider your own interests and the length of your stay as you select spots to visit. Some people may want to immerse themselves in the city's energetic atmosphere, while others may prefer quiet walks or contact with nature. Since public transportation in Tokyo is highly developed, it is possible to visit various places in a short amount of time. I hope you can create your own way of enjoying Tokyo in spring. That concludes my overview of how to make the most of this season in Tokyo. I hope you found it helpful, and I wish you a splendid springtime journey.